Hi, welcome all to my November energy update. I am back in New Zealand after such a powerful and strong journey into Mexico due to my mother's passing. I am in MIQ facility, which is an isolation facility, managed isolation quarantine facility here in New Zealand, and I'm going to be here for the remainder of the 14 days. It's my day 4, so I've got another 10 to go. I'm not gonna go in details just yet into what this means to me and how I'm transpiring in these waters. However, the energies of Scorpio definitely have welcomed me into this land, which right now is going through major upheaval and major change and transformation, where we are all being questioned, our values and what we hold dear at many levels. What does it mean for us New Zealanders to be in community? What does it mean to live in this land where everybody has a right to be free and choose what happens to themselves and their bodies and their families? So we are really being tested around our sovereignty, freedom of choice. So it's very interesting times. I'm sure not only for New Zealand, definitely for the world. We just take time. The world kind of takes time to reach us, I guess. And so I'm gonna dive into the energies that are at play, astrologically, but also energetically, and what my guides and guidance has been telling me and communicating. So the 4th or 5th of November, Venus enters into Capricorn, and usually Venus stays right around few weeks in each sign, but this one is going to stay longer until March 22nd because it's gonna have a retrograde phase. So we're gonna see Venus coming direct and then retrograde, which it's gonna make it longer. What does this mean? It means we are needing to put our love into action, into practicality. It means we need to really put out there our skills, our personal skills, into what really matters, into what we value the most. So the question here would be, or I guess the theme here would be, put your love to work. Put your love to work. And what does that mean to you? What do you care for? What do you love? What do you most embrace? What it is the most important for you at this time? Because Scorpio energies, Scorpio, we would say Scorpio times through this whole November are very watery, emotionally, highly electrical charged energies. So water can come in and purify it and clear and move and soothe. It can also get muddy and murky. It can get messy. It can get full force to crack open, create a chaos and transformation. So the water element is also moving a lot through our emotions. It's highly chargedly emotional times for everybody, and I felt it yesterday. I was raging. I was completely raging. I was feeling so much anger, which I breathed through and I moved it through my body with energetic work I do, voicing it, expressing it, getting it out there, and then centering really and listening to what that anger had to say to me. What really meant, why was I raging about, and what was triggered in me, and how did I find or managed to find that center again with what the anger was telling me. Because every emotion comes and surfaces for us to truly listen to what we're needing to learn from ourselves and others. And I wrote a little guidance or message after, which I will read to you at the end of this video. So that I definitely felt the energies of the Scorpio. And of course, Mars is entering Scorpio as well. Mercury will join on the 10th, which makes it it adds a layer of intensity to our communications. So we would be more upfront, we would be able to express more what we feel without the filter. And hence, in a society, especially in New Zealand society, where people are really mindful, or they're not so expressive, or they don't want to get into trouble, and they're kind of more underneath the layers to say what they feel or what they mean. This time in November is gonna really challenge us to actually speak what you feel. And of course, if there's anything that it's really blowing over the top for you and you feel you can't, it's just too much, just wait till it resides. Manage your anger, manage your sense of just focus on how your expression, while it is truthful and full of your feelings, can also be delivered in a way where it doesn't create that clash or resistance. And yet, in saying this, I would say from the 11th of November, because Saturn and Mars gonna be squaring each other, it would be inevitable maybe that true conflict will arise. And of course, these are explosive times. The configuration of Saturn and Mars opposing each other means that Mars wants to go and push forth, and Saturn wants to slow down and hold back. So there is that constant struggle that we've been feeling since September, I would say, October, and it's going higher, and it's gonna get more and more explosive. So I would say manage your emotions in a way that they are focused and directed to what you really love, what you really need to do, the changes that you need to apply, what you need to let go of, or setting up your boundaries. That's important as well, because there's going to be a lot of pushing boundaries and crossing boundaries. So we really need to make sure that we're really working with our sovereignty and our truth, and remembering with diligence and courage, but the love as a background. The Venus in Capricorn is put your love in a useful way. The 17th, Mars will oppose Uranus, and that is a configuration that can become really volatile very quickly. Polarities are going to be enhanced. Let's say it's like a pipe breaks, and all that yuckiness and all the slushiness and all of that has been hidden, repressed, will come up to the surface. And that is absolutely needed in these times. And it not only is going to surface at an individual level, it's going to definitely surface at a collective level. We cannot hold the dam any longer. I've talked about the emotional dams in past energy updates. The dam has broken. So now everything it's getting revolved. And of course, when clean water gets into that murky waters, at first everything is very, very confusing, and no one knows what's gonna arise and what's gonna come from there. But trust me, it needs to arise, and it needs to clear, and that's what we're going to be looking at. Also, when this configuration happens, it can bring crashes in communication. It can bring disruption in economical systems, anything that has to do with survival as well, authority. So it is an opportunity or a window where everything that needs to be released, crashed, changed, transformed, it's going to happen. How and when exactly or where, The energy, remember, it's all energy in potency. So it's more about how you're going to utilize these energies, and how we are going to, as a collective, utilize these energies. The full moon on the 19th in Taurus, with an eclipse, will start the eclipse season. That will launch until the next year. It is a very potent full moon eclipse. It will challenge again what we hold dear. It will challenge our sense of territorialism. It will make or break. So I really suggest to prepare all this month for these energies, managing your own emotions, doing body work, centering, focusing on your vision and what you want to create. I've written and recorded a beautiful message I received on the airplane back home, message about our tending to our garden and focusing our energies wisely rather than wanting to watch the world burn. So it is important that we are not fueling the chaos because it's already here. It's more about how we're going to direct it so that clarity comes from it as quick as possible, and justice comes from it. And talking about justice, on the 22nd, the sun will enter Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the sign of truth and justice. And so natural law will come, that energy of natural law will come into the planet as land, air, and water. Land, air, and water. So it would be time to plant new seeds, to flow, to work for freedom, with freedom for everyone involved. So that is kind of like what's happening at the astrological energetic level. We are definitely being showered with solar storm after solar storm, CMEs, coming in waves like the ocean. And of course, that is not only creating a more charged energy around the planet at a magnetic level, it is also clearing and cleansing and pushing forth any blockages energetically that we're going through. There's going to be, so we're going to feel it in our cells, we're going to feel it in our bones, we're going to feel it in many ways, physically, emotionally, mentally. We've been going through this solar activity and upgrade after upgrade after upgrade for many years now. So I'm hoping that you're getting more resilient to these energies and learn to work with them by being very, very aware of your body, your state of mind, your state of emotions, working with the breath, working with your diet, drinking lots of water, fasting when you feel like fasting, listening to what you're needing. It's a strong theme as well in November in general. As I was tapping into the energies, it was listen. Stay in silence and listen. And I really appreciate your time to watch this video. I would suggest patience. I would suggest careful with your interaction with others, so that if there's any clash, only because it happens only because it's needed, only because it's needed for your growth and the growth of others, not to create disruption or fueling separation, the separation game, which is very rampant at the moment. So I'm going to read something to you. It says, to all light workers and awakened beings out there who have worked diligently with your inner growth, and your body and your mind and your spirit, who are in this beautiful journey of human experience. I just want to say, this is a reminder to all. We're not here to judge others on their choices, as we do not know the circumstances or the journey they are on. We need to remember that we were once them at any point in time, in this timeline or another timeline. Our greatest gift is our ability to love and embrace all journeys. We are here to serve, without judgment, without righteousness, without glory. Our job is to support those who ask us for our support and shine our clear, pure intent to be the light in dark times. The light doesn't judge, admonishes, or fights the darkness. It simply illuminates it. This is what I call divine neutrality. It is not passivity. It is neutrality. It is becoming the observer, the luminary. The brighter the light expands, the faster it touches everything. This is what we're here for. There's some of us who can be pushed, cornered, pressured, and yet we stand our ground because we have developed great resilience. And trust me, this hasn't come from an easy life or easy circumstances. The greater the pressure, the brighter the diamond. This is where compassion comes into play, empathy and compassion. As my journey might be at a start level for other more evolved beings. So what we resist persists. What we fight becomes our greatest lesson. So let us finish there. How can you become the luminary of any circumstance at any given moment in this next month? For you, for others. And truly putting your love to work. I'll leave you with that.